You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
All set for your flight?
Yep, I've got everything I need. Eye mask, neck pillow, T-Mobile, headphones.
Wait, T-Mobile?
You bet. Free in-flight Wi-Fi. 15% off all Hilton brands. I never go anywhere without T-Mobile. Same goes for my water bottle, chewing gum, nail clippers,
okay,
passport.
I'm gonna leave you to it.
Find out how you can experience travel better at T-Mobile.com/travel.
Qualifying plan required. Wi-Fi were available on select U.S. airlines. Deposit and Hilton Honors membership required for 15% discount. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. How you doing, Jeff? How you doing, Neal?
Doing all right. So I got a hot cup of coffee here.
Matt's in L.A. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, enjoying the football today?
Well, the Bears they're winning again. So
hey,
spoilers.
For weeks and weeks and months ago.
3-month-old spoilers.
Yeah. But we're excited today. We got a full house on Skype. Let's start with Doug Behrend. He's from Fayetteville, Arkansas, and he's a Cruiserweight champion. He's going to be playing with Matt today. How you doing, Doug?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Great. Thank you for giving us a little bit of your time and coming on the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm Doug. I am actually a college professor down here in Fayetteville at the home of the worst football team in the country right now. We just fired our coach this morning. Again, 3-month spoiler here. But yeah, I grew up on the East Coast, educated in the Midwest, and have lived down in beautiful Arkansas for a while now.
All right.
You've been everywhere, man.
I have been not everywhere.
Well, we're really appreciating your cinematography on your Skype feed here. You got a nice lens flare going across the screen. You're some nice backlighting. So we guess you and Matt are going to be the J.J. Abrams lens flares today. Is that right?
It works for me.
All right, and you guys need a great name because you're going to be going up against some great questions from Gabby Ubilla. She's originally from Virginia, but now she's in Madrid. Is that right?
That's it. Yeah, I'm in Madrid, Spain. I've been here for about 3 years.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
I grew up on the East Coast. I went to Ohio State, got my undergrad, my master's there, and then I immediately moved to Europe. I haven't been back for about 4 years yet, so just enjoying this European life.
You just enjoy those late meals in Spain, right?
Pretty much. This is like not even dinner time yet.
Yeah,
so
it's 9 o'clock there, p.m.
Will you give us
3
a
more
tour?
hours? They'll be eating dinner.
3 more hours. Will you be giving us a tour if we come out there? A tour?
Absolutely.
Sweet. All right. Because I've always wanted to go to
Spain. You come visit me in Spain. I'll show you the best places to get a beer, to get some tapas.
All right. You're on.
I love it.
All right. So it sounds like she'll be hosting. Neal and Jeff are going to be a team. So since they're the lens flares, what do you guys want to be?
Well, Jeff and I talked about it. It is a cinematography heavy beginning of the episode. We're not going to say it's the full episode, but one of my favorite shots made use of very well in the film noir movement, the Dutch angle. We're going to be the Dutch angle.
And a bunch in Thor.
Yeah, a lot. The first Thor movie really abused it, but let's toss it over to the rules, guys, so we can explain the Dutch angle.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Can't believe he did a Werner Herzog impression.
I didn't know the history of the Dutch angle until just now.
I know. It's fascinating.
It's like shockingly similar to our rules.
You're right. It is. I think it's the language barrier, but
I do wonder if anyone ever rewinds 15 seconds to be like, wait, what was that?
The one time I did put in the ragtime music, that was different, but
that's true.
I've been told that our intro is kind of annoying because it's 28 seconds, so it's real hard to skip on either 15-second, 10-second, or 30-second intervals.
We got to listen to the rules.
I was going to say, and we can't confirm or deny that was planned to be that way.
And sometimes you'll get a Gilbert rules in there too. You don't want to miss that.
Very true.
All right. Well, let's toss it over to Gabby, and she can take it away for question 1.
All right, this first round, because I'm a teacher out here, I've decided to make first round different subjects from middle school.
Ooh.
So round
that's
one.
a long time ago.
Yeah. All right. Round 1 is going to be science. So which planet is closest to Earth for the majority of our year?
I'm locked in.
Okay. I'll trust Jeff. You guys can talk.
Feeling on this one, Matt?
I don't. I imagine it's Venus or Mars. I don't know if the other one do a little bit of traveling.
Yeah, I think so. I think Venus is closer to us than Mars. That would be my guess. I mean, certainly the star is brighter.
Right. I like it. We can lock in with Venus.
All right. Well, Jeff and I were looking at each other, and I gave him sort of a hand signal. My skin was flushed, and he said, "Are you in retrograde?" And I said, "I'm not sure. Am I?" And then Jeff said,
So I think very shockingly that Mercury is the closest planet to Earth the majority of the time, and it's actually the closest planet to every other single planet all of the time. So we said Mercury.
That is correct. It is Mercury.
Wow.
Oddly enough, it is the closest planet to every planet the majority of the time.
How is that?
So it's almost always on the correct side of the sun. So like half the year Venus is on the other side, but like for 4 or 5 months of the year, Mercury's closer to us because it's nearer us because it rotates so fast.
Okay.
So yeah, it's the closest planet to every other planet the majority of the time.
It makes sense. I mean, if you think about Greek mythology, you had Hermes, who the Roman was Mercury, and he was always at Zeus's side, so he's just always there, right?
The proof for that, by the way, was last year. Somebody actually was able to figure that out.
I'm not going to read the paper. It's fine. All right, let's go with question 2.
All right, number 2, in world history. The phrase in Latin, alia lacta est, is a famous quote by Julius Caesar as he crossed the Rubicon River in North Italy, gambling his army at the start of a long civil war. What is the common translation of this phrase, alia lacta est, into English?
I have no idea. It sounds like all for one and one for all, but I mean, I know that's Musketeers, so. Is that Dumas as well?
Yeah.
Alexander Dumas, yeah.
Okay.
Dumbass.
Man, if he was around today and he was at book signings, you know that he'd just have a terrible time. He's like, I'm just waiting for someone to come up, and he just wanted to hit him, punch him in the face.
Isn't this YOLO in Latin?
That's a good answer, actually. I have nothing, so all I have is, I don't know Latin. I just have all for one, one for all. I was trying to think of something famous and simple that would stand the test of time.
I got nothing better if you want to go with that.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so you're saying Latin, not a strong suit of either of us. Don't cry over spilled milk.
Land of milk and honey.
Probably not. All for one sounds good. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We don't have anything else. So.
Yeah. I'm not going to get it in like anything less than a couple hours here. So,
right.
You want to just go all for one?
Yep, we got it locked in.
It's so funny. We had a very similar train of thought. Our logic basically was, if it was something Caesar had said, it's something that probably stood the test of time. It was a very, recognizable phrase, and all we could come up with was
pizza.
Exactly. Yes. Right before he led them into battle. Pizza. We just went all for one and one for all.
The answer is the die has been cast, or the die has been rolled.
Oh, Jeff, you should have known that. You roll dice all the time.
Those are 20-sided.
Sometimes you get there with a little gambling.
Yeah.
I'm usually, you'll find me every Friday night in the alley going, luck be a lady tonight. It's true. Shoot crap.
We thought of the gambling clue, but we could not, didn't get there with it.
Couldn't do anything with it, no.
All right, for number 3. It's I teach at an American school, but this kids still have to take Spanish history. So this question is in Spanish history. The current Spanish king, Felipe VI, is descended from what royal house?
So far we've concluded that he's from his father's Juan Carlos, I believe, and then his mother was, you said, of like Greece or Denmark or somewhere around there, right? Something like that. Yeah. But I don't think.
So I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's as much as we got, which I think is a good start, but I don't know exactly how to answer that.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Again, I know there were long time ago, there were marriages right between whatever the British house was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It could also be descended from the Bourbon house in France, or
the whiskey
if there
house.
was Dutch influence, maybe.
Well, if he's
maybe the House of Orange from the Dutch.
Well, Bourbon. Bourbon sounded good.
It always does sound good, doesn't it?
Right now, yeah. After we can lock in with that.
Yeah, we thought maybe it was somewhere outside of Spain. We know Victoria tried to marry off a bunch of her grandkids, so we guessed the current English house. We said Windsor.
The correct answer is Borbones, or the Bourbons.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Now, does that monarchy have to be in Kentucky or Tennessee to be considered bourbon?
60% in Kentucky.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah, my daughter currently, Gabby, is currently in Paris, and so I was a French major, and she was a French major, and so I have a little bit of bourbon history, but I can never keep how those countries got together.
Yeah.
Very nice. I used to live in Paris, so all this French-Spanish history is kind of exactly my wheelhouse.
I love Paris. Cool. I only spent a day there, and it was a really crazy day because I was at it was like really late, and I was walking around, and this like really old car picked me up. And we went to.
I can never tell if this is actually a thing or not.
Well, no, it was true. It was true. We went to a bar, and like Ernest Hemingway was there, and
Gertrude Stein.
You got in that old Peugeot.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, it's so pretty at night. Yeah.
Wow. The rain in Paris. Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Let's get Neal away from this gag.
Please. All right. Number 4 is in language arts. How many kinds of punctuation are there in English? I'll give you a plus or minus 1.
Okay, so we started off by saying all the ones that we know. And trying not to just look at my keyboard. I'm avoiding it because that would be cheating. I think we're up to around 12. And we have plus or minus 1. Do you want to just say 13 in case there's like 14 of them?
Yeah, there's probably one we forgot. Let's try 13.
Okay, the lucky 13 locked in.
We might be a little low now that you say that, but we at least named 6, and we weren't sure if quotation marks were considered punctuation or not.
And apostrophes.
So we didn't include those, but we went with 7 to hopefully get 8 or 6.
And the answers I'll accept are 13, 14, and 15.
All right.
There are 14 types of punctuation marks used in English grammar.
Hey, nice work there.
Go.
Good poll. They are the period, question mark, exclamation point, comma, semicolon, colon, dash, hyphen, parentheses, bracket, braces, apostrophe, quotation marks, and the ellipsis. All right, number 5 in geography. This famous Irish landmark was created by a volcanic eruption.
Blarney Stone?
I was thinking the Blarney Stone too, yeah, because it doesn't really look like a stone; it's just like rock.
Yeah, but I mean, like the rock is probably formed by volcanic activity, right?
Well, I think he was formed by Samoan.
Don't even.
But yeah, I think a Blarney Stone I'm good with. Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen pictures of people who have been there lately. We're saying Giant's Causeway.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that. I was here for a day, and I kissed this. We said the Blarney Stone.
The answer is the Giant's Causeway.
Oh my God. Oh, getting smoked.
All right.
Good pulls out here. Whew.
After 5 questions, the lens flares, Matt and Doug, are pulling away a little bit. They have 30 points. Neal and Jeff, the Dutch angle, 10 points.
All right.
Number 6 in math. Not the opposite of my subject. When 23 people are in a room, What is the percentage probability that two of them have the same birthday?
Doug was saying that we know that it's a lot higher than you would think. He was thinking that this was the point where we'd be 50-50. And I don't have enough knowledge to disagree. So we are going to say that it's 50%.
That sounds really familiar because I remember seeing a piece a little while back on, I think, YouTube about the statistical distribution, and it's much lower than you'd think. So we guessed this is the breaking point. We said 50%.
Known as the birthday paradox, it is 50%.
All right.
All right, number 7 in music. Jumping Flea is the English translation of what small and lively instrument from its native language?
Jumping Flea. I've heard this before in band. I'm trying to think.
Thinking in the percussive family, I was thinking of like
it's not timpani.
maracas or something like that. Like think of a little
maracas.
Think of like a little flea jumping around. I mean, like
maraca is pretty good. All right. We weren't sure. We were trying to think of it being like a percussive instrument, but we couldn't really lock in on anything great. So we said the maracas sound like they are little fleas jumping around. So that's what we put.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not a bad guess either. Initially, I sang all of Spanish Flea. It's a little fun ditty. And then we kind of talked about the tambourine. We liked that answer. Just locked in with tambourine.
Sorry, guys. The answer is the ukulele.
Oh, wow.
From Hawaiian means jumping flea.
You just got rid of a case of the jumping fleas, right, Neal?
I did get I had an antibiotic.
And shave all the hair off your body?
I did. And I went full Michael Phelps, did a lot of cupping.
Oh, my God.
It's a long process.
All right, number 8. In PE, what children's party game that doesn't involve balls was an Olympic event from 1900 to 1920?
That doesn't involve balls. Like not Duck, Duck, Goose, right? That couldn't have been an Olympic event.
I mean, you could be super competitive at that.
Competitive Olympic spin the bottle, maybe.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I was thinking
you
of
get people from that many nations meeting up. You know?
I can tell you that
get a little chemistry going.
Well, I mean that's basically what the Olympics are, right? It's just a big spin the bottle game in the hotel room.
7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah. I don't know any other.
Duck Duck Goose is really good because that would be really funny.
I mean, there's running involved.
Yeah, I remember like playing with those big old stupid parachutes when we were kids too. But that could have just been us.
Yeah, just think of the 1900s though. Those people are like, yeah, we played Duck Duck Goose.
Oh, Duck Duck Goose,
fastest runner. Yeah,
I mean, it is athletic.
Yeah, let's go with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, we were thinking things, and just this just popped into my head as something that I think at one point was an Olympic event, and so can't think of too many kid parties where I played it, but we're going to say tug of war.
Oh, that's a really good answer. I did not even think of that. You definitely play that in PE. I don't know if you play this in PE. We might have just played it for fun, but we said it'd be a great Olympic event if it was Duck Duck Goose.
That would be a great Olympic event, but it was tug of war.
Wow. And if they reinstituted tug of war as an Olympic sport, I would watch the out of that.
Yeah.
Didn't someone's like limb get torn off though? Like in a country,
yes.
Right? They're playing tug of war. Yeah,
that's why I would watch it.
All right, number 9 in art. So a famous brand of Spanish lollipop is called Chupa Chup. What artist designed the Chupa Chup logo in 1965?
Yeah, so I guess Dali or Picasso, but I feel like that seems like something they would go to him like a brand person and be like, hey, we want you to do this cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a Warhol type thing, right?
Yeah.
More like a pop art almost.
Yeah.
Who would have done something like that?
Dali, I think. He was weird enough.
I kind of remember him being around in like the teens and 20s, right? I guess he could have been around.
I mean, he was in the bar that the car took me to when I went to Paris, but he was very young. So he would.
When did you go to Paris?
In about 1923.
Okay.
Also, Midnight in Paris is not historically accurate.
It is not historically accurate, no. But I was watching an interview about accents that I love on YouTube, and the guy was saying that the guy Adrian Brody, who did him, like got a lot of his mannerisms right, but then they showed older interviews of him in like the 50s when he was like 55, 60.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if he got, he lived a little longer.
We can go with Dali if you like.
Okay.
Just quick clarification. Did you say the artist was Spanish or just that the item was Spanish?
I said the lollipop is Spanish. I said nothing about the artist.
Awesome. So we'll lock in with the other answer.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
All right. We heard Spanish artists, so we kind of shot ourselves in the foot here. Jeff said Warhol, if that's where it's going, but we went with Dali.
It's a very interesting discussion we had because we had a similar one. We were between Picasso and Warhol, and then when we heard that the artist wasn't Spanish, we locked in with Warhol.
Doug and Matt, your discussion was killing me because it is Dali.
It is Dali.
Wow.
Dali did indeed design the famous Chupa Chup logo here in Spain, and in fact insisted that whenever they were produced, the Chupa Chup logo had to be right on top of the lollipop.
That meeting in the 20s worked out, Jeff.
All right, number 10, last one this first round. And our final school subject is French. What is the least commonly used letter in French, appearing exclusively in words taken from other languages?
Yeah, we can. I've got this one.
Okay, awesome. We will lock in with whatever Doug says.
All right, I'm trying to pull on my
8 years of French.
Yeah, my years of French.
How many years did you take?
2.
All right, this is going to be sad.
Yeah, it's going to be sad.
Whatever you think, Neal. I don't know anything about French.
We're going to go Y.
Y is not a terribly common used letter in French. I think I mentioned earlier I was a French major. Mm-hmm. My daughter, who lives in Paris, was a French major. My younger daughter, who's a senior in college, is a French major. So hopefully they will be employed at some point. But I think the letter that really doesn't occur naturally at all in French is W. And so you get words like wagon, wagon, like for a train car or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I think it's W.
I was also a French major. Don't worry, they will get a job.
Yeah.
Don't sweat it.
The one in Paris has a really good job, so.
And it is indeed W.
All right.
That makes a lot of sense.
All right, at the end of 10 questions, looks like Matt and Doug are kind of killing it over at the Lens Flares. They have 60 points. Neal and Jeff, admirable effort so far. The Dutch Angles with 30 points.
So is our score from this first round indicative of how well we would do now in grammar school, I guess?
Cool. Yeah.
I feel like I'd kill it in grade school still.
So you're getting a deep F.
A deep F.
I mean, I would definitely be better at dodgeball than most of those kids.
Well, I don't remember French and Spanish history in middle school and grade school. So.
I was going to say, to be fair, this is Spanish grade school, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, as we get ready to go to the swing round, we just wanted to
We're also getting ready to go somewhere else, right?
We are. We're ready to go to Vegas. This isn't Geek Bowl. That was last year, but this is going to be TriviaCon through Sporkle. So if you're familiar with Sporkle, Sporkle.com, they have a lot of great quizzes on there. They also have live events.
Yeah, if you've ever tried to write trivia, you've probably stolen questions from them.
Right. Or you've been on your computer and there's the timer thing, and instead of just waiting and trying to answer, you just click give up right away to look at all the answers. So, but Sporkle invited us to come to TriviaCon to do an event or two. So we're going to be there. So if you're not familiar with TriviaCon, it's a big event for them. It's going to be a lot of great people there. There's going to be a Pro-Am tournament. There's going to be lots of individual events where you can go play trivia, win cash. And it's just a sort of a weekend celebrating trivia. So we will be there. We're going to have more details weekly as the show progresses on when we'll be there and what day and whatnot. But we're going to be running a full version of our game. There's going to be cash prize, a second and third prize. And you get to hang out with us. We get to hang out with you, meet all the people who are supporting our show. And we're really looking forward to that. So definitely go to sporkle.com and look up the details of TriviaCon.
And Matt, how much money are you setting aside to gamble away this time?
All of it.
All right, good. Me too.
But I will be living there, unfortunately, if things go awry.
Well, luckily, we do have a safety net. Matt won't have to gamble away the wonderful support and pledges of our Patreon members, Jeff, that keep our show afloat. So can you tell people a little bit about Patreon?
Yeah, thank God I keep a tight grip on the finances around here. But no, so our patrons are the direct support. They're the lifeblood of our show. There's a lot of great perks at patreon.com/Triviality Podcast. There's a lot of different things at a lot of different tiers. The ones that we're really proud of are like our bonus episodes. We've got a lot of great giveaways and things like that. Our posters are super cool.
Your character boxes.
A couple different designs signed by all of us. And Yeah, so if you're interested in supporting the show, there's a lot of different ways to do that. You can also rate and review us on your favorite podcast app, on iTunes. We also have merchandise through our partner, Inked and Screened.
Or just tell your friends.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
Subscribe on YouTube for any of the video content that we can put out,
Oh, yeah, please do. I'm remiss that I didn't mention that. So if you haven't seen Bloodsport, if you've listened to it but haven't seen it, please take some time and go out and do that. Neal did all the video editing.
They put an insane amount of effort into the graphics.
It looks awesome. It's really great. And I would love for everybody who has an opportunity and time to check that out to do so. Even if you just thumb through to the end, and that way we'll get a view and I'll be happy. But no, a lot of work went into that series, both in the audio and especially the video. So
and the live editing that Ken did as well. So a lot of effort, a lot of fun effort, though. We had a great time doing it. So,
all right, let's go on to the swing round.
All right, for the swing round, the category is person, place, or thing. I'm going to read a thing to you. You have to tell me whether that thing is named after a person, place, or thing, plus a bonus for including what it is named after.
Okay, so what's the bonus going to be?
So each one is 5, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say 1 point bonus for every correct name derivative.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So number 1 is the cardigan sweater. Number 2 is the bungalow style house, the single story detached house. Number 3, the torpedo. Number 4, the color or dye magenta. 5, the fabric denim. Number 6 is the bowler hat. Number 7 is the emery board or nail file. Is emery a person, place, or thing? Number 8 is the tuxedo. Number 9 is the mason jar. And number 10 is Angus beef or cattle.
I have a feeling this is going to be a tough one, but it's very trivia rich. I think we're going to learn a lot here.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's take a quick break and we'll mull over the answers. Okay, after a little bit of discussion, everybody's come up with the noun of choice, and we will be moving on to finding out the answers.
All right. For number 1, what did you guys have?
So this was the cardigan, right? For the first.
This
Cardigan
is the cardigan.
is first.
Yeah, we said this is a place.
Did you have a guess for the bonus?
I don't think we guessed on any.
We said Cardiff.
Oh yeah, sure, Cardiff, Wales.
Yeah, that's what we went with too. We went cardigan from Cardiff.
And number 1, cardigan sweater is named after a person. Give me a second. It's James Brudenell, the Earl of Cardigan, who supposedly burnt the tails off his coat in a fireplace. Cardigan, however, is not an actual place. It's the anglicized version of a Welsh city that I will not even begin to pronounce.
Cardiff.
No, Cardiff is easy.
So no points there.
No points there. All
All right, number
right,
2.
number 2, the bungalow.
We have a lot of bungalows around here, and
you bungled this round too.
We bungled this round, and we just assumed if it was a bungalow style, it would have to have been styled after a bungalow, which sounded like a thing, so we went thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I grew up in a bungalow, as did most of the people in my town. And I have no idea where they're from. I thought maybe it was a person, maybe it was an architect named Mr. Bungalow.
Bungalow is named after Bengali, India.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I said it sounded Indian at some point.
I heard that. That discussion was killing me. Well, so close.
A little bit
All
of
right.
knowledge.
Yeah, there you go.
Number 3,
It's a dangerous thing.
the torpedo.
We said thing, I believe. I don't remember why, but we said a thing.
Yeah. Well, we hope you're right, because we also said thing.
Any guesses for what that thing might be?
No.
The idea itself of torpor.
It is a thing. Good job.
All right.
It comes from a genus of electric rays, which comes from the Latin torpere, meaning to be stiff or numb.
Doesn't the Trojan company give you some wipes for that now?
Only after 4 hours. All right, number 4, magenta.
Yeah, this one was we first thought might be a thing because it was the working title of the Steven Spielberg film with Whoopi Goldberg, but we said no. And we thought maybe it was a place. Maybe they found something to make this color with. So we said place.
Yeah, we weren't sure too much. We thought it might have been a person named after some kind of king, someone majestic.
Magenta is a place in Italy. Magenta, Italy.
Nice. And for the record, it was not the working title of Color Purple. Just so you guys know.
All right, number 5, denim fabric.
I think this was the only one that I knew for sure. Again, my French major's coming in handy again today. It's the fabric from Nîmes, which is a city in France. So it's a place. Nîmes is the city.
Yeah, we didn't know. We thought maybe it was a competitor to Mr. Levi. So we said person.
Doug's got it. It is de Nîmes, Nîmes, France, a place. That and the bonus.
All right.
All right, number 6, the bowler hat.
We thought this was named for a place.
Yeah, weren't too sure. I'm more familiar with bowler shoes and where those come from. But it's we thought it was a person maybe. We just wrote Mr. Bowles. We don't know.
Jimmy.
Yeah, where's Jimmy? Is he here?
That's Mr. Bowles is my father's name. Call me Jimmy. Call me Jimmy.
Sorry, Jimmy. It is a person. It is named after Thomas and William Bowler, who designed the hat in 1849. Number 7, an emery board. What is emery?
Yeah, we just thought if it was a nail file named after someone, maybe someone was, scratching their nails instead of biting them, and they came up with the idea. So we said it was a person.
I may have led us astray here, but I'm thinking that emery is actually the kind of the rough stuff that's on the top of the board, and so emery is a thing, and so it's the material, kind of the ground up sharp rocks or whatever that is placed on the emery board. So we said thing.
The answer and the bonus is a kind of rock, an abrasive rock that can be found mostly in Turkey and Greece.
But as we all know, the rock is never abrasive.
Right.
He's the pacifist.
That's right.
Or was that Vin Diesel?
It was Vin Diesel.
It's passive.
Close.
Fire.
Specified.
University of Japan, right?
That's right.
All right, number 8, the tuxedo.
We couldn't figure this one out. We guessed it was a thing.
Yeah, initially I was thinking that of that Jackie Chan movie that didn't lead me anywhere. And we just thought maybe it was a place, so we said a place.
It is named after Tuxedo Park in New York State.
Wow.
It's a place.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the one place I know that's called Tuxedo, but I figured that they were both named after something else.
Number 9, the mason jar. So we have a whole lot of love over here, not a lot of logic. And I just thought the Mason-Dixon line, I think they ran moonshine and illegal alcohol. And I was like, what does alcohol go into in all the movies when they run illegal alcohol? It goes into a mason jar. So we said place.
Mm-hmm. And we had the exact same answer, basically.
No points for this round. Mason was a person, John Mason, who did not design them for Pinterest weddings, but to store food. Patented in 1858, he died in poverty in a tenement house in 1902. Number 10, Angus, beef, cattle.
We figured this was Angus himself. We said a person.
We had pretty much the same answer.
Angus is from Scotland. Angus, Scotland.
Okay, following the swing round, it looks like the lens flares, Matt and Doug, gained 27 points. They're at 87. Neal and Jeff, the Dutch angle, gained only 10 points there, so they're at 40.
Great scores.
All right, round 2. Number 1 in round 2 is politically correct. 3 Crayola color names have been renamed due to controversy and or campaigning. Name 2 of them.
All right, so Jeff and I were going back and forth. We're pretty sure that one of the colors was skin, possibly, because there are many shades of skin color, and they only had one, which was, I think, peach or of some sort, Jeff. So that totally makes sense why they would want to change that. We're having trouble on the other ones, though. We just don't really know where that could go. Anything, Jeff? Or we're probably just going to have to tap and just say skin.
I don't remember.
I don't either. All right. Well, we're just gonna go in with skin and go all in on skin like Buffalo Bill.
Skin and all in skin.
Yes.
Okay. So we initially locked in really quickly with flesh. We're pretty sure flesh is the answer, and that's the skin tone one that used to be that Caucasian white tone. I think the other one was something that became more offensive and becomes more offensive as time goes on. And I think it's Indian red. So that's what we said for our second one.
The three colors that were changed were flesh, Indian red, and Prussian blue.
Prussian blue. Hey, very nice, man. That was a really good pull.
Good pull.
I know my crayons, apparently.
Yeah. Well,
Flesh became peach, Indian red became chestnut, and I think Prussian blue became cerulean.
What's the problem with Prussian blue? Just out of curiosity, if you know.
Oh, a school teacher, I believe, wrote in and was like, kids have no idea what Prussia is.
That's all it takes.
And so instead of teaching them a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of learning
this
them
doesn't mean
something.
anything to us anymore.
Dear Crayola.
All right, number 2, category, watch out for those teeth. This mammal has the most powerful bite relative to body size, with exerting a force of 553 newtons.
At the beginning of the question, I was convinced the hippopotamus has the strongest bite.
I was thinking about that.
And then she said per body size, which I'm not too sure of. The jaguar, my favorite animal.
How did I know that was going to come back?
Has the strongest and hardest bite
in the cat family.
In the cat family, per square inch or whatever, per pounds per inch. Now I'm
a
lost.
grown man. He brings up his favorite animal.
Look, those are the exact two animals I was thinking of. Sadly.
Should we just go jaguar? Because I mean, it's not the hippo then, right? Because the hippo is so big.
I think the hippo. I mean, it can really bite. Right?
No, I mean the hippo is number 1 for sure, but she added the caveat that it was per body size, so it's probably something really tiny.
Yeah, it could be like a mouse or something for all.
What about like a Tasmanian devil or a?
Oh, those are good biters.
Because it's small, right?
They are marsupials, though, right?
Oh yeah, they're
Are
not
those
mammals. No.
You guys. All right, guys, what do you have?
What do we have?
Yeah.
We have a large collection of animals.
Yeah, we're visiting the zoo apparently and walking around.
You spared no expense.
Do you like one of those rodents we were talking about, or?
Yeah, I like. You know what? I like possums. Everyone else hates them, but I think they're fine. We're gonna go with possum.
All right.
All right. Initially when Gabby was reading the question, we both looked at each other and said hippo, because I believe they have the strongest bites of any animal. Mm-hmm. But then she said per body weight or body size, so then we freaked out a little bit. And we couldn't really come up with anything. We thought maybe it was something small, like a Tasmanian devil or a rat of some sort. But we didn't know, so we just decided to go with my favorite animal, the strongest of the cat family, went with jaguar.
Jaguar.
Oh, my heart, it's breaking. It was the Tasmanian devil.
Oh, come on. Jeff corrected me and he mansplained me when I said...
didn't mansplain you.
I said
trivia podcast.
I said Tasmanian devil and he goes, that's a marsupial, that's not a mammal. And I said, okay. All right, Jeff.
You can be both a marsupial and a mammal. Guys.
That's probably true.
It is true. In fact, all marsupials are mammals.
I know.
Look at Ken mansplaining marsupials to Neal right now.
Well, we were right that it was smaller rather than larger, but that was about we never even considered that.
I must have heard that once. That's why I brought it up. I'll never forget it now.
All right, number 3, category first jobs. What famous chef worked for the CIA in 1943, mastering the art of inventing shark repellent?
Do you have any idea on this?
She worked for the CIA?
A lot of people don't. She was like a spy.
She was, but wasn't she British?
I think so, but I think she worked for Americans. I can't remember if she was a spy or...
I don't have anything better. My joke answer was Chef Boyardee, so...
Oh. Was he real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not his last name.
If I were a shark, I'd stay away from those raviolis.
It was like Paul Boyardo or something like that.
Oh, that's right.
He's
that's
a real
right.
person.
I just don't know if it was with the CIA. I just know she was involved in the
I like
deep
your answer
state.
better than mine.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're thinking the clue, the shark repellent was a clue to something like that?
Usually,
Well, I know that Julia Child did marry. Her husband was in the Foreign Service.
Okay.
Was in the Foreign Service, and that's how she got to Paris and began taking.
But she didn't marry Batman.
She did not marry the Batman. No.
Okay, so that. But I still like Julia Childs. We can lock in with that.
Yeah, so I same thinking as Doug. I remember Julia Child had some affiliation with the service, and I just figured, maybe that was early on in her career, and she helped develop shark repellent, so we went Julia Child.
It is indeed Julia Child.
I actually do a pretty good Julia Child imitation. Actually, I do a pretty good Dan Aykroyd imitating Julia Child imitation.
Well, now we got to hear it.
You can't do nothing without a sharp knife.
Oh, it's delicious. I love
Take the turkey down right to the Pope's nose, and whoops, I cut the dickens out of my finger.
I want to say, too, that while he was doing that impression, he's so backlit right now, he looks like he's in witness protection. He's doing an interview.
Julia Child is still alive, but she's in witness protection.
Yeah.
All right, number 4. Category is denonyms. Blessing is the group name for what mythical creature?
We're locked in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This one is a unicorn. We are locked in.
Yep, we said the national animal of Scotland, the unicorn.
It is indeed the unicorn.
Wow, that was lightning fast from both teams. I didn't even have a chance to write the question down.
All right, number 5 in I Heart the 90s. In the 1990s, one song from an animated Disney film soared to number 1 on the Hot 100 chart. What was it?
One song from a 1990s. She said Disney or just animated?
Disney.
Okay. I was gonna say I Believe I Can Fly, but that wasn't Disney. I don't think.
No.
It was Warner Brothers. 19 Disney film animated. So it's not the Whitney Houston Mariah Carey one. That was DreamWorks.
No, you've also got so you can cut off Little Mermaid. So you're looking at something probably in the.
It's probably
I don't think it's any of the Pocahontas ones, right?
No, it's probably
Aladdin. What's the one from Aladdin?
Whole New World.
No,
I was thinking, what about Circle of Life? Elton John.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, as the eagles soar. Right? Isn't that a lyric? Wait. Circle of Life. As the eagles
You're asking way too much from me.
That's from Lion King, right? That was like.
Yeah. So you've got like what? Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Anything from that?
Well, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Lion King is in that group.
Okay, they're locked in.
These guys are killing me in here.
All right, so the soar is what's the clue, I'm sure. So we ruled out I Believe I Can Fly, and which isn't Disney. And we're going through the Disney movies. Right now I'm liking Circle of Life because that was a big hit for Elton John. Lion King.
Sword.
What
flies, Neil?
Birds.
Yeah.
I just think there's a lyric in the Circle of Life about soaring.
What was Fly Like an Eagle in? There was a remake of the Steve Miller song. That was Space. Was that Space Jam?
That's also Space Jam. What?
Man, Space Jam is killing us today. I know I'm gonna. Yeah,
These guys aren't just shooting themselves in the foot; they're like blasting it off with a shotgun.
Yep,
I know.
Let's just go Circle of Life. I know it's wrong.
It's even worse if you heard what I heard in the studio.
Yeah, you literally are you guys locked in then?
They said it.
We're locked in.
Locked in. They said it.
You literally said every Disney movie except Aladdin, and I believe it's A Whole New World.
They said
It is indeed A Whole New World.
Oh, I had no idea.
They're flying on the magic carpet, guys.
they're soaring.
Well, no, it made sense. It made sense, but we were
lyrics.
like, why would I didn't realize A Whole New World would have gone to number 1 though, out of all those songs.
It did for 1 week.
Oh, okay. That makes
Circle
sense.
of Life did hit the top 100 charts, but I think the highest it made it was like number 5. Oh, that was hard.
Yeah. Rough one, you guys.
Rough one. All right, number 6 in the category Kids Are Dumb. In early drafts of Back to the Future, writers wanted what common household item to be the time machine? It was changed for fear that kids would climb inside theirs and suffocate.
Refrigerator. Right?
Yeah.
Has a seal on it.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally suffocate in a refrigerator if you wanted to.
Right.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. You can survive a nuclear blast.
No? Any other thoughts?
No.
What the hell else could a kid climb in where they, like, that's sealed? Right?
Yeah, either that or like a dumbwaiter thing. But I was...
Who the has a dumbwaiter?
I don't know. Cinematically, though, a refrigerator makes the most sense because it's a box, just like the phone booth and everything. So.
All right.
I do like the notion that the dryer kind of spins around, though. But do you like refrigerator?
I do, yeah, just because they got the air seals on the outside. That would make more sense to me.
All right.
So we can be locked in.
Okay.
They're just going to talk about how it was originally supposed to be Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly.
It's because that's the only thing we have today is color commentary and not right answers. But strangely, we agree with you, and we guessed refrigerator.
Yeah, I originally was thinking dryer, but then Doug mentioned fridges, and then I remembered they have those seals, so we said refrigerator.
Points all the way around. It is a refrigerator. All right, number 7. What was the first animated movie to be nominated for Best Picture in 1991?
We're locked in.
Mm-hmm. They're locked in. I'm pretty sure this is Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
It sounds absolutely right. That's definitely what I've got on that as well.
All right, so Beauty and the Beast.
Tis beauty that killed the beast. We said Beauty and the Beast.
Tale as old as time.
Song as old as rhyme. It is Beauty and the Beast.
Well, you're not going to get us on these Disney questions, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, number 8, category Fantastic Beasts and what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Iliad, this beast is described as lion fronted and snake behind, goat in the middle, and snorting out the breath of the terrible flame of bright fire. We now use this term when one being has 2 sets of DNA, like when a fetus absorbs its twin in the womb.
Yeah, I think we both agreed. I think I got it from the first part, and I got it from the second part, and we're saying chimera.
Yeah, we agree. We think this is the chimera.
I learned this from watching an episode of CSI. It is the chimera.
MI2, Jeff.
Defeated by Bellerophon. Thank you.
And a lovely scene in Full Metal Alchemist, too,
Yeah.
involving a girl and her beloved dog.
Oh, no. What a cliffhanger you left us on.
If you know, you know.
And if you don't, it ends poorly.
Yeah.
All right, number 9. Category is rom-com jobs. So Jennifer Garner in 13 Going on 30, Justin Timberlake in Friends with Benefits, and Kate Hudson in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days all have what job?
We're locked in.
Shocking.
Yeah, finally they got their
I think that they were editors at I think a fashion magazine. I have vague memories of 13 Going on 30, and that's the only movie that I've seen out of those.
Yeah.
But if you're good with that, then
yeah, I'm good with that. I've not seen these movies. My again, my older daughter would have this nailed, but I don't.
Okay. So yeah, fashion magazine editor.
You just want to? Are you sure it's that specific, or you just want to say magazine?
We'll say
editor?
magazine editor. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, we weren't sure how specific you wanted to be. Yes, we said magazine editor for that.
And it is magazine editor, all 3 of them. Pretty common trope in rom-coms.
Yeah.
And last one of round 2, category, we're going back to literature. Mark Twain was the first author to write a book entirely by typewriter. What is the title of his memoir, this memoir, published in 1883?
I have no idea. He said that one quote, like, I don't know if that was the title of his memoir, about people being stupid. And
Oh, I mean, he also said he was going to, he came in with Halley's Comet. He was going to go out with it. So, which is true. He did die the year Halley's Comet returned.
I don't know.
Properly Halley's Comet, but.
Memoir. Why don't we just say Twain? Or my life with words or something. I don't know, something like cliche.
Nothing based on like Adventures of Huckleberry Finn or Tom Sawyer or a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, or
we could do that. A Connecticut Yankee. Yeah, maybe just a Connecticut Yankee.
I'm trying to think of any other Twain books. The fact that I got 3 is enough.
We're never going to get it though.
Yeah, so I mean, the only thing of Twain that I could think of that fit this was going to be, I mean, this like takes place right where Huck Finn and all that did, but I think it was called Life on the Mississippi.
Yep, and we were trying to pull some of his writings into our answer, and we didn't think of that one, but that sounds correct. We just said it was called a Connecticut Yankee.
Doug with the pull. It is Life on the Mississippi.
Wow.
Okay, that second round was actually pretty lucrative for both teams. Lens flares charging ahead to 177, and the Dutch angle 100. So it's within reach.
All right, so for the final round, all of the answers are going to be European capitals. I will give you the categories, but I don't want the country. I want the name of the capital. All right, so number one, the category is geography. Number two, the category is transportation. Number three, the category is fast food. Number four, the category is religion. And number five, the category is world history.
Okay, all the wagers are in, so let's get to questions.
All right. Number one in geography. Which European capital is the farthest north? Number two in transportation. Which European capital was the first to get a subway system on the continent? Number three in fast food. Which European capital is home to a white McDonald's arch because yellow would clash with the aesthetic of the famous street it's on? Number four in religion. What European capital is the birthplace of Mother Teresa? And number five in world history. Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in what capital city, launching the events that would lead to World War I?
Okay, all the answers are locked in, so let's hear the questions one more time, see how we did.
All right, so number one in geography. What European capital is the farthest north?
Well, we talked about the Scandinavian countries, but I may have led us astray here, but I had a sneaky suspicion that Moscow was further north than all of those, so we went with Moscow.
And we wagered 10 all the way down.
We did.
I'll let Jeff take it, but we wagered 20 all the way down.
Yeah, this one I think is the only one I've been to, and it's 64 degrees north, so I couldn't imagine anything much further north than that. And we said Reykjavik, Iceland.
Is the farthest north, even of all the Scandinavian countries, is Reykjavik.
I didn't think about Iceland. Nice.
Super far north. All right, number two in transportation. Which capital was the first to get a subway system on the European continent?
All right, we'll go first, I guess. I immediately said London, because I believe it was the first out of that, but Jeff said that the question stated continent, which would rule that out. And we thought second to that would probably be the metro in Paris, so we went Paris.
We thought of Paris, but we were going to use that for a different answer later. So we settled on Madrid.
Both Paris and Madrid were up there in the top 10, but surprisingly, the second one to ever have a metro is Budapest.
Wow.
Budapest.
Hungry.
All right, number three in fast food. Which European capital is home to a white McDonald's arch because yellow would clash with the aesthetic of the famous street it's on?
Well, this is the one we wanted to save Paris for. I mean, there's famously a McDonald's on the Champs-Élysées there, so that's why we didn't say Paris for the last one, and we went with Paris here.
Yeah, Neal and I had talked about Paris. He said he'd been there for one night, and then I tried to shut him up pretty quick. We wagered 20 on this one, and we were trying to think of places that it might clash with, and we thought maybe it was right in the heart of London near Buckingham, so we said London.
It is, in fact, on the Champs-Élysées. It is Paris. It's one of two white McDonald's arches in the world, the other one being in Bruges, Belgium.
In Bruges.
All right, number four, religion. This capital city is the birthplace of Mother Teresa.
Matt, you pulled this. Why don't you take this one?
Yeah, so Doug said that he was pretty sure that she was born in Albania. I've been playing a lot of Sporkle, learning a lot of capitals, and I happen to remember that was Tirana.
Wow, that's great. That's a really good poll. We weren't too sure. We kind of went through different countries we thought she could be from, and we sort of landed on Greece. And our only logic to sell that answer was that she always wore white and blue, which are the colors of the Greek flag. So we said Athens.
Mother Teresa was born in Albania. However, country lines have changed. She was born in Skopje, which is now the capital of North Macedonia.
Oh, man.
Where you can go visit her house.
That's brutal.
That's cool.
Sorry, Matt.
Hey, I still knew a thing, so I'm going to count that as a win for me.
I was sure you were right, man. I was sure we had that one. Nice, tough question.
And the last one in world history, Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in what capital city, launching the events that would lead to World War I?
So we wagered 20 on this one. I'm pretty sure I knew this well before Ken and I listened to about 12 hours of Dan Carlin's hardcore history on World War I. But we said Sarajevo.
Yeah, as did we. Currently the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina, or I can never say it right, but so Sarajevo is our answer.
It is Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Okay. At the end of the game, looks like both teams took a small hit. The Dutch angle is -20 on the final round to bring their final score to 80. Losing 10 on the final round is J.J. Abrams' lens flares, but they hang on and clutch 167 points to be today's cream of the crop.
I am the cream.
Nice job, guys.
All right.
Good job.
Well done.
Nice job, Matt. That was a real team effort. There were some things I had no clue on than that Matt Bone.
I'm just riding this LA power out here. I'm undefeated since I've left Chicago.
Don't trust the LA power.
It's all the sunlight I'm getting.
Goes out all the time.
Big round of applause to Gabby. What a great written game, Gabby. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys. That was fun.
All right, and thanks again to Doug for coming to us and being Matt's teammate. Any final parting words?
No, thanks again, and if not before, I'll see y'all in Chicago for Geek Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to that. All right, well, that will conclude today's episode. We want to thank Gabby and Doug again. For Matt, Neal, Jeff, and myself, Ken, that was Triviality.
Now, we'd have to record an episode, all four of us on a bidet while we're recording. Sorry, it's out of context.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We got a little nuts over here.
We were saying it'd be... anyway, long story short, we were saying we should call a company that makes bidets to try to sponsor us, but I was just saying we'd have to be on a bidet at all times while recording.
It's just hitting us for a full hour.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's break time, guys. Yep.
That'd be
all right.
That sounds like a bonus episode.